This is Cheyenne Valentine back today again with a new episode. In today's episode, I want to talk about Wendy Williams. Now, I don't know what I'm going to name this video, but I think it's going to be called Wendy Williams Refuses to Talk About Her Personal Life, but Exposes Others for a Living. Or I might name it, Don't Ask Wendy Williams About Her Marriage. I don't know what I'm going to name the video, but basically, if you all don't know, Wendy Williams is back hosting her show. She was out for a while, and there have been rumors about her husband having a mistress, and the mistress getting pregnant for, I think, allegedly the second time. Allegedly this time she's going to keep the baby. Who knows if all this is true. Allegedly he bought a house for her. Allegedly she's moved out of the house once the information got out. Just all this crap. It's been alleged that supposedly he has hit her. He used to beat her. I know Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club, he said that all his issues with Wendy Williams have been because of her husband and whatnot. So anyway, people wanted to know when she came back about these rumors. And so she gets on her show and basically to sum up, because I'm not going to say what she said verbatim. I just know that she has a hot topics segment, and she talked about she was a hot topic, her and her family. Well, excuse me, not her and her family, her and her husband. And I guess it's so-called mistress. And she showed a picture of her and her husband back in the day when she was heavier. And she basically said, don't ask her about her marriage as long as her ring is on her finger. And she said the ring is never coming off, implying they're never going to get a divorce. So she's basically saying as long as she married, don't ask her about her marriage. Okay, so let me get this straight. No one can ask her about her marriage, but she can sit here and ask people about their husbands, their ex-husband, their wives, their ex-wives, diving deep into their personal life as far as sometimes their kids, asking them inappropriate questions. And so some people say that she's a hypocrite. I don't even want to use the word hypocrite, because hypocrite, I guess you would call her hypocrite, but I want to take it a little bit I want to use a different word for her. Basically, she can dish it out but can't take it. That's what I'm going to say, because she can, like you all, I don't like Wendy Williams. That's why I never did a video about her. I don't like her. I remember back in the day when she was on the radio, and I think Whitney Houston called up to the station and went off on her. I remember when Judge Mathis was on her show. I listened to the interview with him. This when she was on the radio, and I listened to the interview with Judge Mathis and her off on YouTube, and he let her have it. He went off on her. He talked about how she did drugs, and her that's why her nasal passages were messed up, and oh my God, he went off on her, and it was funny because I don't like her, and I feel like she's one of those people that she likes to humiliate you and bring up negative things in your life and talk about your messed up quote unquote marriage and what's going on in your personal life, because her personal life and her marriage is screwed up. Yeah, that's what I think is going on. Literally, I watched an interview with her and Megan Good, and I really like Megan Good, and I don't like the way she treated Megan Good on the interview. She said to her, I'm not going to say verbatim what she said, but I just know that Megan Good's husband is Devon Franklin. And I really like those two together. They were celibate for a while before they got together. And, some people have a problem with how Megan dresses and stuff like that. Megan's very beautiful. She has a great body. And I think she's a Leo like I am. And with some Leos, we do like to dress sexy, nice, but classy, okay? And some people, mainly women, have an issue with that. And I think, Wendy Williams have an issue with attractive women. And so she basically said that in the interview, Megan Good, she said, well, he's a man of the cloth and you're a woman of the streets. She said something like that. And Megan kind of laughed it off like, huh? And people in the audience kind of gasped. I mean, she was so disrespectful towards her. I remember Omarosa went on her show and had to check her. And I can't stand Omarosa. I don't like her. But she checked Wendy, and Wendy met her match with Omarosa. And I can go through the list. I think she said something inappropriate to Nick Cannon about a oops baby. And like this woman, I don't like the way she treated Tiny when Tiny came in. It goes on and on and on. Like she's to me, she's very disrespectful. But like I said, let me get back to the point. She loves probing other people's lives. She loves asking them inappropriate questions. And most importantly, she loves bringing up a person's husband or wife or probing into their marriage and liking to expose things. And she always has, you know, like she basically gossips and she talks about rumors. But yet when the rumors about her and her husband, she doesn't want to talk about it. She can dish it out, but she can't take it. And therefore, I don't respect her. So what I wanted her to do, and like a lot of people, I want her to come on the show and talk about her marriage because she talked about other people's marriage. So why can she not talk about her own? You know why she can't talk about her own? Because probably everything they're saying is true. That's right. He probably does have a mistress. That probably is his mistress. Probably not the only mistress, but he probably did buy her house. I'm pretty sure he wears the pants in a relationship, and he probably does put his hands on her. Charlamagne the God also said on the Breakfast Club, like, you know, how can he said, so it's going to be strange that, you know, when she tries to bring up, I'm just going to paraphrase, this is not what he said verbatim, but he basically said, to sum it up, that since she doesn't want to discuss the rumors in her marriage, it's going to be weird for her to talk about infidelity and other people's marriage when she can't even address what's going on in hers. And he said something about her husband being a very bad person. Mind you, he knew these people pretty well because he used to work for Wendy. So he knows her. And he said the reason why him and Wendy had issues was because of her husband. Another celebrity said he had issues with Wendy because of her husband. Okay, but this is not even about her husband. And like what I'm talking about right now, this is about her and the fact that she loves to gossip and talk about other people's marriage, bring them on a show, humiliate them, make them feel uncomfortable, ask them very personal questions, but yet she can't talk about her own life. No, it doesn't work. No, we're not gonna play that game. If you're gonna talk about other people's lives, then you have to expose your life too. That's how it goes. You're gonna be part of the rumors are gonna come out about you. You can't sit up there and talk about everybody else and talk about their personal life and what's going on with them, but then you want to not expose what's going on in yours. Now, another reason why I think people really have a problem with what she's doing is because she brings up people's marriage and personal life when she knows, or when there's rumors that things aren't going good. And she knows people do not want to talk about their personal life or their marriage when it's not going good. It can be embarrassing, it can be humiliating, and they don't want to talk about it, but she purposely brings it up so that her ratings can stay up and that to make the interview uncomfortable for them and to make her seem like a big shot, and like I said, to keep her ratings up. So she don't care who she hurts in the process. But now she's going to say that don't ask her about her marriage, but then don't ask nobody else that comes on your show about their marriage. Don't ask them about their significant other either. Then, you know, it doesn't work like that. You want to dish out, but you can't take it. So see, I know what type of woman I know what type of person she is. She's one of those kind of people that want to keep talking. I don't think she talks about her marriage. I mean, she does talk about her marriage from time to time. But she's one of those people that want to act like she has wisdom about things. Oh, I'm wise and I know and I know about this, I know about that. She wanted to make it seem like her marriage was intact and that she's a wise woman and she knows how to handle her man and that her marriage is perfect. But in actuality, her marriage is screwed up. Her marriage is screwed up, and she doesn't want to admit, number one, that it's screwed up, and she does not want to admit, number two, that she's allowing it to happen. See, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. It's because she tried to make other women feel bad for doing that same thing. If another woman came on her show and said, yeah, so let's say that her husband is whooping her butt. Let's say he has a mistress and she knows about it. Let's say she knows he bought her a house. Let's say she knows that he's gotten her pregnant. Let's say she knows everything and he's telling her, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do and you're going to keep making this money. I'm going to keep living good. I'm going to keep spending this money on this younger woman. Now what you going to do about it? Let's say all that's happening, and while she might not like it, let's say she's accepting that from him and she's refusing to divorce him. If a woman came on her show right now, any woman, any celebrity woman came on the show and said, and those rumors were out about her and her husband, and she admitted, yes, my husband beats me up. Yes, he has a younger mistress, or mistress period, and he's taking the money that I've worked hard for and spending it on her, bought her a house, and yes, she's pregnant, but I'm not leaving and divorcing because I'm just in love with him and I'm not breaking up my family. Do you know how bad Wendy would talk about that woman? Do you know how bad, oh my gosh, she would belittle that woman and make it sound like she was stupid and dumb and she was a doormat? But yet, it's okay for her to be, let's just say, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but let's just pretend like these rumors are correct. But yes, she can be a doormat. Yes, she can be mistreated by her husband, and it's okay. And you can't ask her about it, and you can't ask her anything about it. She refuses to address it. But yet, if another woman, celebrity woman, came on her show and she admitted to the same things that Wendy is possibly allowing her husband to do to her, she would talk about her like a dog. She would make fun of her and bash her. You see what I'm saying? So see, I don't respect Wendy. I never did. That's why I haven't made any videos about her. I don't respect her and I don't like her. I never did. I never will. Until she comes down and be a real woman and say, yeah, there's some issues in my marriage. I'm not going to say exactly what, but there are some issues and I'm working it out, and we might work it out and we might not, but no matter what, whether we stay together or not, I'm going to still love him as a person. And we're still, the parents of my handsome son. And you know, I'm going to always be there for him. He's going to always be there for me. But I can't tell you all what's going to happen. I know I'm not going to be disrespected by anybody, but for right now, things are pretty good. But there have been some issues. I'm not going to confirm or deny if the issues, these rumors are true or not, but there have been some issues, and I have to address it because I ask other people that come on my show, I ask them about their personal life and their marriages. So it's only fair that I address the rumors about mine. But no, our marriage is not perfect. We do have some issues. I'm not going to say these rumors are correct that they're saying, but what I will say is right now, we're still married. I can't, we might eventually get divorced. No matter what, I will still respect him and he respects me, and we're still the parents to my handsome son, and that's as far as I'm going to say. She could have said something similar to that, or just somewhere in that range. But to say as long as her ring is on her finger, she's not going to discuss her marriage. Oh, no, you're not playing fair. You want to play dirty with other people and humiliate them on your show and disrespect them, and they sit there, and kind of brush it off because they want to basically promote whatever product, promote their show. Usually when they come on her show, they're trying to promote something, and they bite their tongue and let her ask them inappropriate questions, and the questions have nothing to do with what they're on her show to promote. Okay, so that's okay, but people can't know about what's going on in your life and your marriage. No, it's not fair. I don't respect her, and I hope her show is over soon. What did I say? Her show? Yeah, I hope her show is over soon, because I don't like people who do stuff like that. I don't like the throwing, oh, I can dish it out and I can dog you in your life and make you feel miserable, but you can't expose and talk about mine. No. In this world, everybody gets exposed. If you are in the job, let me make this clear. If you are in the career field of exposing people, talking about their personal life when they don't want to talk about it, and nitpicking. Remember, she did that to Roseanne, and Roseanne checked her. Roseanne was on her show, and I don't. Anyway, Roseanne said some things I didn't like about a black woman, but we're not gonna get into that. But Roseanne was on her show promoting her show that was coming back on the air, and I remember Wendy was asking her about her ex-husband. And you could tell Roseanne did not want to talk about him. And Roseanne was like, well, I don't know. Roseanne kept telling her, just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about it. And then she said, I think Roseanne said something like, oh, well, Wendy, we don't want to discuss husbands now, do we? And then Wendy said, well, everything's good in the Hunter. I think Wendy's last name is Hunter or I think Wendy's husband last name is Hunter. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. So y'all ain't got to correct me. I don't care about her husband like that. But she said everything, basically to paraphrase, Wendy said everything's good in my home, or, and everybody kind of started laughing, and Roseanne was looking at her like, yeah, you don't want to talk about husbands. So let's leave the ex-husbands alone, and the current husbands and the future husbands. You want to stay out of, you don't want to talk about husbands. Okay. You don't want no one to bring up your messed up marriage and your husband and rumors about him, but you want to ask me about my ex-husband. No, I don't work like that. Y'all, let me just get off of this video. Anyway, like I said, so you can't ask Wendy about her marriage, yet she can ask you about yours and make you feel like crap about it. And I've seen many times was she interrogated a person on her show, and when they clearly didn't want to talk about it. I remember with Tiny, she kept bringing up T.I. and brought up that Tiny was hanging out with Floyd. I mean, just totally inappropriate, and yet no one can ask you about your marriage and your husband, and you're gonna say as long as your ring is on your finger, you would not talk about your marriage, or you would not answer questions about your marriage. She can dish it out, but she can't take it. But we're not gonna have it.